Hello guys, welcome to our channel. Today, we are gonna learn how to draw a dog step by step, and I'm going to show two versions, a cartoony dog and a realistic one. Not sure which one to learn? My answer is both. For the cartoon one, the first step is to make a general composition of the object that we will draw, that is to say, use some geometric shapes to outline the dog. The composition does not have to be the same as the real shape, just capturing the characteristics of the dog and showing its chubby and cute body. Because the composition in the previous step is just a way to help us better sketch. So here we can reduce the opacity of this layer, and then create a new layer for the second step, which is to draft based on the first step. Follow the contour lines to sketch, and you can add some auxiliary lines to better understand the positions. Draw the line as natural and fluent as you can, otherwise your dog will look like a rigid robot dog. Next, lower the layer opacity and create another new layer for detailing. Now we can already see the whole picture, right? And the next step is to add some details, like its nose, eyes, ears, patterns, etc., to make it look more lively and cuter.
Aw, look at him. Quack, 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 quack.
Before coloring, create a new layer underneath the sketch layer. And use the brush to distinguish the blocks of color, like my own dog, there is yellow, white, pink, and black. Thus, I need to divide these blocks and then fill in the color. Of course, if you would draw your corgi in different colors, then feel free to use your creativity and imagination. Seed a new layer to differentiate the light and shade. Here we need to use hue and saturation. Before that, determining the location of a light source is important. Here I assume that the light source is from the left. In that case, the left side of the dog is brighter, and the right rear is darker, like this. Last step, at the end, you can add some elements you like to make the picture more texture and more detailed. Here I add an astronaut helmet to my dog, because he is an astro dog.
Wait, it's all Earth? Yeah. You're an astronaut, Gary. How do you not know this? You've been training in school for this for 20 years, you
And he is gonna need this in space. And a flag tight here. Okay, I'll leave that part to you guys. Enjoy. Now let's look at a less fly version. Another version is to draw a realistic version of a corgi. First, divide the figure into several geometric parts to have a general understanding of the structure and orientation. Like this, the dog consists of several different geometric shapes. It's hard to tell this is a dog, right? Actually, it also looks like a pig this way. Take your time. After we make better sketches, including his eyes and mouth, like I draw this, it's gonna take shape. See, a real corgi is coming through. Next, create a new layer to with just base color, and now we get a solid yellow corgi. Wait a minute. Have you ever seen a solid yellow corgi like this in your life? I never did. So next I'm gonna paint it with a different color. Otherwise it really looks like a pig. Someone said, art comes from life. So now let's try to picture a corgi in daily life. Or take a look at a corgi if it happens to have one walking your way. Or pooping.
3, 2.
Observe his color distribution and draw it bit by bit. Don't forget his sharp eyes, sensitive nose, and born to eat mouth. Here meet my corgi. Very handsome, isn't it? The next step is shading, to differentiate the light and the dark. Create a new layer and select blend mode, multiply. According to the direction of the light source, we do dark shadow first, and then hide the sketch layer to highlight the opposite side. This time, we need to use blend mode, screen. Now the contrast between light and dark is shown, then we retouch some details to strengthen the stereoscopic effect. But this is not enough, you need to make the picture more vivid. We can give the subject a layer of background, like this, as if he is leisurely walking on the grass. And then add shadow. There must be a shadow where there is light. Otherwise the dog you draw is really weird. Maybe it's a ghost dog without a shadow. Here we should pay attention to distinguishing the relationship between the front and back of the layers. Readjust and refine the shading according to the dog's body structure, including different textures and hues, as well as pay attention to making the edges a little blurry. Well, that's it for today. See you next time. Show us your dog on socials.